So, Fred and Debbie. Debbie
Yes.
and Fred.
Yeah.
So, how long have you guys been RVers, and where are you from? Tell me your story.
We're from Portland, Oregon. We lived there most of my life, and I retired from there, and we moved. Well, we went up to my daughter's place in Prineville,
April of 06.
and we stayed there for 6 or 7 months, and we took off and went to Reno. And when we got to Reno, we said, where we want to go. And we looked at these different books, RVing. So Debbie I picked out Yuma, and she picked out the place. And she told me all about it. Said it had all this stuff here and all that. And I said, yeah, right. And so
You
We
grew up-
didn't know one person. We didn't have any family. We didn't know one person in Yuma. All we knew is that he had some health issues, and the Northwest is very cold, and so we knew that if we wanted to retire, that it would be to Fred's benefit to go somewhere where it was dry, warm climate, and this has been fantastic for his health.
You grew up around RVs, or when did you get into
No, we actually bought this motorhome is 2005, and we bought it in 2006. We bought it brand new, but it was a year old. And how this whole remodeling started is that
never
I really do think it's important that we share with you that he had health issues, because there's a lot of people that go in their early 60s and have health issues and then have to decide, where am I going to live, what am I going to do. So in 2006 we started thinking about where we want to live. We came here, and now it's 2013. A year ago, last October, we decided to redo the curtains up front and make them so that the heat temperature is lower, and it's more affordable for us by having these blackout curtains.
Well,
That's-
before we get into the
yeah.
curtains, so let's focus on you guys.
Okay.
So 2005, that's 8 years ago, you got the RV.
Well, actually, 2006 we bought this.
Oh, 2006, so you guys are fairly new.
Yeah,
RV.
we
Yeah.
didn't do a lot of traveling. He had some health issues, and so we basically went from Oregon to Yuma.
Were you intimidated by this, getting an RV, and
Not
you
at all.
knew it was
we
what you
were
wanted?
actually excited about it.
Yeah,
We
we were very
wanted to
excited.
leave Portland, but we didn't know where we were going to land.
Right.
And we both decided to drive up to my daughter's place, stay there for a while in Prineville, Oregon, and then we came here.
For 4
And
months.
when we were here, we decided that we'd get rid of all our stuff in Oregon and live here, permanent.
Yeah.
And it's been a thrill ever since. It's a new adventure all the time.
Yeah,
You know, it's
yeah, it is.
Where have you guys gone with this RV?
not much
Not very
everywhere.
far. See, right after we bought it, he started having health issues, and so shortly after we bought it, we both had really great jobs when we met, and this was just going to be a vacation RV for us. But it ended up that because of his health issues, we decided to be in dry, warm climate, so we came here. So we're really not, we haven't taken this motorhome all over like a lot of people have. However, it was interesting because we did downsize from a pretty good sized apartment into this, and we felt comfortable right away. I mean, it wasn't really that big of an adjustment for Fred and I. Fred has had other motorhomes before, so he was used to it a lot more than I was.
And then,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
But,
Okay.
you know, and how much room you need. I mean, this is so much comfortable inside here. We got what we wanted. We're having more done. In the outside, you go outside when it's in the evening and it's nice out, you know.
Well,
It's
and
always nice
I want to
right
bring
here.
something up that a year ago, when we started this whole idea of remodeling, Fred and I were trying to figure out if we wanted to buy a park model. And we came to the realization that if we bought a park model, we're still going to want to sit down and remodel the whole thing. So why not just do that whole concept with our motorhome? And so that's how we originally met Mujib. We met him to actually do the curtains, and that was it. And Mujib has such a good vision. He said, "Oh, have you thought about this, or have you thought about that?" And he really didn't push us, and yet we were very fascinated with the ideas Mujib had, because he's been in business quite a long time, and he really is great about picking things out. And so,
how did you find him again? Was it through the internet? Or?
no, this is very strange.
One of our friends across the
The
street.
people who live across from us, their brother, who has a motorhome, went and had it remodeled by Mujib. So he told us, we suggested we go check this guy out. So we're going to check this guy out. We didn't have a clue that this guy we're going to check out is across the street. So that's how this whole thing, it was crazy. But that's how we found Mujib.
And we started doing just a little bit at a time.
Yeah.
And when we did, we seen more stuff we wanted to do, and
Yeah.
we were sitting over here. We had our other chairs over there, and there was nothing up there. I mean, they had it all
Yeah.
out of here. And we were visioning what it's going to look like, you know. And when they did it, they finished. Boy, they do a good job. They work hard. And some of this is a learning process with
Sure.
Mujib. And, you know, I can't say it all was good. You know, there's hiccups with everybody, you know. But if we had a problem, you'd send somebody over immediately. And that's what I like. Like I told people that asked me, he's not the cheapest and he's not the highest, but he's in the middle.
But I will
But if
say,
you want something, I've always said, you pay for something that you want.
that's right.
If you want something cheap, you're not going to get what you want.
Well, and one thing that's really, really important I'd like to make point of, whether they include this or not, is that Friday and I, you know, we had money put aside in CDs and 401k and all that. And we still have a little bit put away, but to us, we felt like it was more important to, in bits and pieces, take that money and fix up what we have. And when I first met Fred, we traveled every year. This year was our 10th anniversary, and what our goal was for this year is to spend the money that we would spend traveling on renovations. And we're very happy we did. It was a good choice.
We said, do what do you want to do? You want to get another place or stay here? So this is very comfortable to me.
The question I was going to ask
Yeah.
is for somebody that's similar in your situation.
Sure.
They're a nice couple, and if they're going to spend, is it wiser to do it here or spend another $300,000 to $500,000 on a complete new motor?
You know, I mean, for us, we bought this brand new for $120,000. Okay, it wasn't the cheapest. It was far from the most expensive. There was things that we really wanted to see in this motorhome. We've probably spent $100,000 in all the remodeling. And in hindsight, that seems like a lot of money. But what we have here is basically a brand new motorhome, exactly how we want the design. And we can live in this motorhome another 10 years, be very comfortable. Mujib said, for example, the hutch and things like that, he said, you know, I've got $1 million motorhomes that come in that are not as nice as yours. So, I mean, I think realistically, by putting our money in remodeling, it was an investment to us. And if anything happens to us, our kids are welcome to have it. And they'll have a nice place. So I think to us, that was really important to do that.
You know, and talking about that, the bedroom, I have not seen a bedroom that's more room in it and
It's
comfortable
wonderful.
like it is.
2 big slides.
And
It's
have room
great.
to put stuff in there, like
Yeah.
a computer, and the cats all enjoy this. So, you know, it's important that we're going to enjoy what we have. you
Well,
know?
and you know, it depends. Some people will buy a motorhome just for taking trips. Others will live in it. You know, we're the kind of people that we live in it. And it's funny, but in hindsight, Fred and I, we just look around and say, wow, look where we were a year ago and the progress we've made. So, I mean, we look at it as an investment, and I think we did very well. And I don't want to just say that, yes, Fred gave me the option to make the decisions, but it also was with Mujib, who's been in business a long time and has a great eye for detail. And I think that's really important. Because people go to him and
That's
they
so nice
want to
of you.
know that.
I mean,
Majid, if we have a problem with anything, he's right on it.
Yeah.
And and that's important, because not everything's going to work out just so. There's going to be a hiccup here and there, but he does everything that he has.
Yeah.
Overall, we've been very happy. Yeah.
no, that's so nice of you guys to say. Sorry to go back to the question. I mean, it just ultimately, you can make it as short as you want.
Sure.
Yeah.
Just for some people will save a lot of money by going the renovation route.
Sure.
But I do agree. Or,
Oh, I feel that
well,
way.
Not everybody has the money to do that, you know.
but as opposed to buying a completely,
buying a-
Yes,
a-
I
if they
would
wanted
say-
to fix something small instead of going through the whole.
Exactly.
Yeah, to travel around in. But, this is, I would say, for people to do this, it would be magnificent.
Yeah, I mean,
They'd be happy with what they're doing here, and a motorhome is for people that want to get away and see different things.
Yeah.
You can travel overseas, but, who has seen all of the United States itself?
So
We
there's a
haven't.
lot of options
No.
we can do. Well, one thing I do want to bring out, which is important, is people have asked me, is Mujib the cheapest, most expensive, or where would he be? And I feel, I've gotten a couple ideas, that Mujib is right there in the center. But the point I want to make is that what our expectations were of the work that Mujib did for us, he far exceeded our expectation. So the way this
Yeah,
turned
yeah.
out, for example, when you go into the bedroom, he said, okay, I'll do the cabinets. Okay, we had no clue he was going to do the framing and the bedpost and everything to match. And this is all just a month or two that he finished the bedroom to look like the living room. And even now, at 68 and 62, we walk in the bedroom and we go, wow, that looks really nice. So, we're enjoying it. We really are.
Yeah.
And as that's amazing. As a person, when you see Mujib, like when you first met with him, like
Yeah.
it's just as a person, not even a business. Like, could you be friends with him? Like, did you? Have
Yeah. I mean,
immediately, he felt like a teddy bear.
Well, he's from India. And we're Buddhists, and at first there was a little bit of tension, but where we're at now is, you probably don't want to include this, but he'll come over and he's so cute. Today he came over, he said, Debbie's Cafe, can I have a refill? I went, okay, only for you. And he came over and he gave me a big hug, and for Christmas we gave him, I don't know how many dozen, but this huge thing of cookies that the guys ate. And then
Before he got there.
Yeah, Mujib was so mad because by the time he got there, not one cookie was left. And so he told us this story, and we bought this beautiful card, thank you for the year, blah, blah, blah. No, actually, what we wrote in the card is, thank you for taking our motorhome and making it our home. Now, this year, you will help us make this our castle. And what ended up happening is he was gone all day. By the time he got back, there wasn't one cookie left. He was so upset that the day before Christmas, he stopped by and we had 2 containers full of cookies. And I said, to Mujib and family only. And I said, keep these in your car. You do not let the guys get this. This is for you and your family.
But
So
as you were asking, when I first saw him, I thought, oh, what is this? But he was really polite. He walked in and he sat down and we talked for a while. And before an hour, we're all like, we've been friends for a long time, And he grows on me. He is a very nice, considerate person.
Yeah, and he I want to be honest with you. When I first met him, the fact that he's from India and the fact that we have not dealt with a lot of people from India, I was a little bit concerned about whether we would have a good rapport, whatever. And I can honestly say, yeah, Mujib is a businessman. He's got a wife and 4 kids. But on the other hand, he really, really wants his customers to be happy. And I can remember calling him right after Christmas and telling him how much we enjoyed the curtains. And he got very quiet on the phone and he said, you know, I do this to make a living. But when I get a call from one of my customers and they're happy, he said it makes it all worth it. And so that made us feel really good.
But we're really enjoying this. You know, it's just, to us it's beautiful, and we're still not done.
Yeah.
We want to do more.
Well, and we've been
we're having this
blessed to be
done with
lights.
what kind of lights are
LED.
LEDs,
Yeah.
all the way across here with wood
Yeah.
facing, and the LEDs will be inside the wood.
Yeah, I hope you can come back and see this when it's
Yeah.
all finished. I would love for you. His daughters have not a clue what we've done. They remember our motorhome like the pictures I showed you. They're coming January 15th for 5 days, and they are going to be literally blown away.
Oh yeah.
They don't have a clue we're painting it. They know we have that. They know we did a couple things with the wood, but they have not a clue what this motorhome. I mean, they're going to walk in and be so blown away, and that's what I'm excited to share this with them. Oh,
she's
one
like
more
a
thing.
kid in the candy store.
When Mujib makes a promise of something, he feels very, very he feels very much that he gave you his promise, his word, and his word means a lot. And so that's important to me. Like I asked him, is this going to be done? This could be done before his daughters come in 3 weeks. And he said, of course it is. I gave you my word. And that means a lot to us because we're the kind of people that we believe in. Someone says a word, they stand behind it.
Well, Mujib is like the old people, the older people used to be. A handshake and you made a deal.
That's a contract. That's the
That's
way.
the way we did it with him at the start. You know, and it was kind of scary to me, but
Well, and everything we do
everything
have,
turned out.
everything we do have is in writing, and everything has been, you know, he's received his payments when the jobs have been complete on each issue in each situation. This was about a 5 contract deal, believe it or not. We did one thing, we did the floors, and then we did the carpet. So everything we've done with him, we've shook his hand and had his agreement, but we've also had it in writing because obviously you want to protect yourself and protect the business manager. So it protects everybody. But anyway, you want to go around and start taking pictures? So I don't want to talk anymore. Mujib's a great guy. That's all I'm going to say.